is again into the round of 16 in Miami, disposing of Magda in straight sets, 6-3, 7-6.
Another impressive performance from Alexandra Eala. She played so well.
Congratulations, you are headed back to the fourth round here in Miami. And to do it, you had to get through a fighter today in Magda. You know how tough she can be. Other than this incredible crowd, what do you think got you over the finish line?
Oh, I think patience was a very key aspect of how I played today. You said it first, Magda is such a fighter, and every time I played against her, she's put me in such difficult positions. So kudos to her for playing well, and yeah, I really enjoyed the battle.
It is so much fun to watch you play. You are so seemingly fearless. You take the ball so early. You redirect so well. Has that always been your style of game, or has there been a coach along the way that said, this is how you're going to play?
I want to think that being aggressive has always kind of been what I've aimed to do. Maybe it's only come out well like in the past year or so, but no, I think it's really part of my game. Of course, I have an amazing team who have really fine-tuned my game and really helped me take it to a next level now. But yeah, I think being aggressive is something that I like to do. Yeah.
Okay, last year at this time, you were ranked 140 in the world, and coming into the Miami Open this year, you're 29 in the world. What would you say is the biggest difference in you standing here today as both a person and a player?
I think I've matured a lot in the past year. I've been put in a lot of high pressure moments, a lot of big stages, which I am so grateful for and wouldn't trade for the world. But you know, being back in the fourth round, it makes me feel the same as I did last year. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And
in the sphere of professional tennis, some contests are merely about statistics and rankings, a simple matter of form. Then there are confrontations like this one, which dig far deeper than the numbers on a screen. These are matches that are not about superficial metrics, but about visceral, fundamental questions of athletic identity. The round of 16 battle between Alexandra Eala and Karolina Muchova in Miami is much more than another spot in the tournament draw. It is a high-speed psychological drama, a tactical war played out with brutal intensity. This encounter serves as the ultimate test of whether uncompromising structure can withstand pure, unadulterated disruption. It is an examination of whether a relentless mechanical tempo can survive being pulled into the vortex of absolute chaos. More than anything, it is the decisive moment that will reveal if Eala's recent spectacular ascent is the mark of a future champion, or if she is about to collide with a wall of strategic complexity she is not yet equipped to overcome. On the surface, the matchup presents a classic contrast in styles. Eala embodies the modern, aggressive baseliner, a player whose game is built upon the perfection of repetitive, powerful kinetic chains. She enters the court with the intent to establish a hypnotic, lung-searing rhythm, dictating the pace with her lethal lefty forehand and deep, punishing cross-court rallies. Her goal is to make her opponent's legs ache and lungs burn, methodically grinding them down over 3 exhausting hours. Her entire approach is an exercise in suffocating control, a game of geometry and calculated pressure that relentlessly builds until her adversary shatters. In the opposite corner stands Karolina Muchova, the complete antithesis to Eala's methodology. Where Eala is a metronome, Muchova is the force that smashes it. She exists on the court to deny rhythm, to steal it away. She is a master of discomfort, a saboteur who refuses to engage in heavy topspin exchanges. Instead, she constantly alters the height, spin, pace, and depth of the ball, often multiple times within a single rally. A heavy forehand might be followed by a sharp, skidding backhand slice, then a high, looping moonball, all designed to scramble her opponent's internal timing. This is precisely where the match becomes so dangerously complex for Alexandra Eala. Reviewing Eala's journey through the tournament so far reveals not just impressive victories but a significant evolution in her mental game. She endured a grueling 3-hour marathon against Laura Siegemund, a player who thrives on awkward angles and chaotic patterns. Eala survived. She then faced Magda, a structured counterpuncher fresh off a victory against the world #1, and didn't just survive, she dismantled her. In a critical moment down 3-5 in the second set, when most young players would panic and overhit, Eala demonstrated a terrifying level of patience and composure. She trusted her process, relied on her heavy ground strokes, and systematically climbed out of the deficit to dominate the tiebreak. However, Karolina Muchova represents a far more lethal and evolved version of that same disruptive challenge. Muchova doesn't create chaos for its own sake, she disrupts with surgical precision. Her slice backhand is not a defensive measure but a calculated trap, a strategic weapon designed to keep the ball impossibly low. This forces opponents into compromised positions, leading to weak replies that lack pace and depth. The moment a ball lands short, Muchova is already moving forward, closing the net where her world-class hands, arguably among the best on the tour, can finish the point with silky drop volleys or powerful drive volleys. This match, therefore, is no longer just about Eala's patience. It's about her neurological capacity to handle a contest where a consistent rhythm never materializes. The Miami conditions add another fascinating layer of complexity, acting as an invisible third player. Theoretically, the thick, humid air and slow courts should heavily favor Eala. These conditions naturally extend rallies, making it difficult to hit clean winners and rewarding the grinder with superior lung capacity and stronger legs. This is Eala's natural habitat. Yet in a classic tennis paradox, these same suffocating conditions also amplify the effectiveness of Muchova's disruptive tactics. The heavy, slow ball grips the court, making her slices skid even lower and react more violently to spin. This forces Eala into a state of constant micro-adjustments, and any slight imbalance or lazy footwork will give Muchova the short ball she craves to transition to the net. The environment is a double-edged sword, making Eala's topspin heavier while making Muchova's slice lower, turning the match into a spectacular theater of conflicting strengths. The tactical analysis deepens when considering a critical vulnerability in Eala's game, her second serve. It often sits up in the strike zone, lacking the penetration to keep elite returners at bay. While she can often recover against most players with her elite defense, this is a suicidal strategy against Muchova. Muchova will feast on these serves, stepping inside the baseline to chip the return low and deep, following it directly to the net. Suddenly, Eala is on the defensive just 2 shots into her own service game, forced to hit a miraculous passing shot to survive. This pattern creates a domino effect of psychological pressure, forcing Eala to press on her first serve, leading to a lower percentage and more double faults. Of course, Muchova has her own formidable challenge, a battle against physics and physiology. She fundamentally does not want to be drawn into a long, physical war of attrition. And Eala is perhaps the worst possible opponent if you're trying to avoid one. Eala thrives in the pain cave, comfortable when her legs and lungs are screaming. As seen in her previous matches, her intensity never wanes and she often appears stronger and faster as the match progresses. Eala's strategy is thus brutally simple: drag Muchova into deep waters. By forcing extended baseline exchanges and resisting the temptation to end points early, she can transform the tactical chess match into a pure test of physical endurance. A test that Muchova, with her history of injuries, desperately wants to avoid. The entire contest becomes a tug-of-war over time. Short points favor Muchova's control, while long points favor Eala's stamina. Mentally, Muchova holds the experience advantage, having competed in Grand Slam finals and navigated high-pressure moments on the world's biggest stages. But Eala's recent evolution shows a newfound champion's mindset, a profound mental growth demonstrated by her calm under pressure. The challenge today is different. It's the constant cerebral pressure of being pulled out of your comfort zone, which drains the mental battery faster than any physical exertion. Finally, the passionate Miami crowd adds an explosive element. For them, Eala is an event and their deafening support is a tangible force. In the third hour of a grueling match, that roar can provide a crucial second wind, an extra layer of adversity for Muchova to overcome. When all these factors are combined, the topspin versus the slice, the vulnerable serve, the humid conditions, the physical histories, the mental evolution, and the roaring crowd, the ultimate question becomes crystal clear. Can Alexandra Eala maintain the mental discipline and sheer stubbornness to refuse being ensnared in Karolina Muchova's web of chaos? If Eala panics and loses her tactical patience, Muchova will surgically dismantle her. But if she can remain calm, trust her heavy, punishing depth, and force Muchova to hit one extra ball repeatedly, the match morphs into the brutal, grinding war she desires. In this specific scenario, powered by her current momentum and newfound mental fortitude, this contest is far more dangerous than the rankings suggest. The tennis world is waiting to see if the relentless structure of Alexandra Eala can survive the brilliant chaos of Karolina Muchova long enough to drag her into the deep end. If she emerges victorious, it won't just be another win. It will be the definitive moment her potential becomes an undeniable reality.